Love is often found in unlikely places, but could there be anywhere less likely than the Nakano Thrift Shop? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Archy Sufie Ketaren. I'm from class 2B of English Education Department, standard number 068. This book is a story about the protagonist's life as a person who works behind the counter of a thrift shop. I really thought that she was nameless, but at the end of the book, her mother called her Hitomi, so I will use that name to call her until the end of this review. And the book I'm going to review today is titled The Nakano Thrift Shop by Hiromi Kawakami. The genre of this book is fiction, Japanese literature, and romance. This book was first published on year 2005 with the original title Furu Dogu Nakano Shoten. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong, and then it got translated to English by Allison, Markin, Powell. And then the English version published by Europa editions on 2017. This book got 180-ish pages in total, with 12 chapters. Inside of this book, there are few names that Hitomi mentioned to us. The first one is her boss, he called Mr. Nakano. He owns the thrift shops that have been running for more than 25 years or so. He was a worker at a food company, but then he lost interest in working for a corporate, so then he decided to open a second-hand goods store. The store is filled to overflowing by stuffs he picked up with the other worker. The other worker is called Takeo. They would go to the client's home and pick up the goods, and then after that, Mr. Takeo offered the price, and most of them, the clients, accepted the payment without any complaint. The other character is Mr. Nakano's sister, Masayo. She is kind of an artist who makes dolls. Yeah, dolls. We can see in this book that Mr. Nakano is an eccentric guy, and at the same time he's also having this womanizer as personality trait. He has mistresses on top of having a wife. But don't worry, this is not like Hiromi's other book, Strange Weather in Tokyo. This book is not about a big age gap relationship with Hitomi and Mr. Nakano, but it's a story about Hitomi with her co-worker Takeo. This book got a quite slow pacing, and throughout this book you can actually see Hitomi's development of her relationship with Takeo, and also character development from Takeo, since in like the beginning of the story and until the middle of the story, Takeo is kind of toxic. And the main story of this book is actually about a toxic relationship and how they deal with it respectfully, and not about the thrift shop itself. And at the end of the last chapter, there's a part where it's like a 3 years time skip. Hitomi is now living in different neighborhood as the thrift shop. She currently in a health food company. She also broke up with Takeo because in the past he treated Hitomi badly. And then there's like a scene where the four of them, Hitomi, Takeo, Masayo, and Mr. Nakano, like they reunited and they ate and then they drank wine together, having conversations about how they've been doing. And also that night, Takeo said sorry and bowed to Hitomi. He felt sorry because he treated her awfully and he acted like a child. And then surprisingly, like they both saying sorry to each other and they hugged at the end. It's true that Takeo is now already changed to be a better person. Well, maybe that's why he told me say it at the end of the story like this. Just then, for the first time, I truly felt love for Takeo. The thought inexplicably appeared in a corner of my mind. And then it ends just like that. Well, I think what you need to know about this book is that it portrays Japanese adolescence like very accurately. It actually portrays Japanese society that nothing is said directly, but there's a lot of feelings inside that sometimes are shown in awkward ways. And the characters definitely act in roundabout and indirect ways sometimes. Well, I did appreciate that the book went to a different direction of what I expected. But if I could give this book a rating, then I will rate this book 3 out of 5 stars. Because it's not into my liking, but it's good. Will I recommend this to my friend? Yeah, probably, because well, they might like it. I think that's the review from me. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.